Champion, welcome back. I hope you're ready because today's topic is going to be awesome. I'm excited because it's going to be one of the best topic I ever talk about, and I'm going to really spend some time with it. You might have heard me talk about it briefly, but today's I'm going to talk about the number one skill that allow the world class, the legend performer, basically dwarf the competition. Right. So again, today's topic is how world class, how legend performer they excel beyond the norm by using only one skill. Right. Again, I'm going to repeat how world class by mastering one skill excel and dominate their field. Right. And regardless of their field, right, whether it's in business, in industry, in manufacturing, and of course in sport, right, in athletics. So what is that number one skill, right? And that's what we're going to discuss today. So just a quick recap. Thank you for your feedback for last week, and I hope you all enjoy it. We talk about how to develop an indomitable confidence, right? How to develop, really an unshakable confidence no matter whatever your circumstances. So thank you for your feedback. I hope that serves you, and please feel free to share. But let's come back to today's topic I'm talking about. So what is that number one skill that world-class performer and legend performer have that makes them, basically dominate their field, no matter what? So let me ask you this. I'm going to illustrate that right now as you speak. So I'm just going to slow down. So slow down, if you can slow down with me. Let's be present to the moment right now. As I was sharing with you just 30 seconds ago that I'm going to share with you one skill that allows world-class performer to dwarf their competition. What was your thought? What were you thinking at that moment? Right? So again, let's come back to that moment when I was explaining to you that today's topic, we're going to share the number one skill that allows world-class performer basically to dwarf the competition. What were you thinking? Right? So 30 seconds ago, a minute ago. So that's exactly the skill I want to talk about. And that skill is called metacognition. Metacognition. Meta, right, means big, and cognition means awareness or thought, right? And I'm going to just take a small detour before I come back to that. Why am I saying that? Let's look at our nature. Like right now behind me, you see the grass in that field, basically as a champion. That's why I love this field, right? Champions remind me being on the field, right? That's what really I look at. So as you look at the grass, as you look at the trees, right? There is what you can call, a vegetarian kingdom, right? There is an animal kingdom, right? Look at the snake, look at the reptiles, and look at all the tigers and all that. It's a different kingdom, right? And you look at our human species, we also have a different kingdom. Am I making sense? So some people call it consciousness, no matter however you want to call it, but it's really that sense, that awareness, right? So you look at mammal, right? You look at the dolphin, or you look at the cows, they have different level, or look at the cat and the dog, right? I'm sure you can feel the emotion, you can feel what they feel, right? You have that awareness where you know that, there is that, I see you, right? I see you, I feel you. But that level of consciousness, of awareness, right, that we all have. So that's really what the skill I want to talk about. So, and you know what? The number one skill, and again, let's talk about it. I don't care what you do. The reality is, if there is a scale, right? The vegetarian kingdom, the animals, and instruments. It's clear, guys. I'm sure whether you believe in angels, archangels, whatever it is you call it, whether it's ET, extraterrestrial. What I'm trying to say is that different level of consciousness. So there are people, however you call them, that have a higher consciousness than we do, right? So again, that's not going to be something I want to discuss here, but the reality is there are different levels of consciousness. And this is the beauty us human, our race, our gift, above anything else, the reason we are able to dominate in this plane is because of that skill, that metacognition skills. So in a way, is our ability to think about what we're thinking about. Again, as I'm saying that, it's already, but I just want to share and get this message down, right? What are you thinking about, right? So that's really our power as human beings. That's really what makes us powerful. So really, that's what I want to talk about. So let's just right now think about what you're thinking about, right? As I'm doing this, as I'm excited, what are you saying? Also, what are you talking about? Or are you saying, let me think about what you think about, right? So really, that's really what makes us powerful as human beings, right? That's what makes us rise above anything else, is our ability to think about what we're thinking about, right? So let's take a deep breath right now as I'm talking, right? One more deep breath. What are you feeling right now as I'm speaking to you, as I'm sharing this message? Can you be present in that moment? What I'm personally thinking right now is I'm feeling grateful that I'm able to share that some people will be listening to that message, right? So that's what I was thinking about right now as I'm being present and looking at you and sharing that, right? So that ability that we have as humans, the world class, they take that to the next level. It's not enough to just know that you have that skill, right? It's like a muscle. I always like to come back to the example as a high performer, right? What you don't use, you lose. What you don't use, you lose, right? So let's think about that a little bit. So that's what high performers do. At any moment in time, they are present to what they're thinking about, right? So in other words, that's what allows them to take control and not let external forces take care of them. Am I clear on that? That makes sense? So if you can think about what you're thinking about, that allows you to be present to that moment, right? And that's what I really want to share here, right? And as it's raining, I just want to simplify my message today, but really let's think about that, right? So if you can think about what you're thinking about, what that gives you the power to control your internal thought. And as you control what you're thinking about, you control your focus. And we all know where our focus goes, energy goes. Where focus goes, energy flows, right? So really, I'm really serious, and I want to come back to that skill. So if you can master that, whether it's putting a reminder on your watch or every 10 minutes, okay, let's just take a breath right now. How am I feeling? What am I thinking about? Am I thinking about how it's raining right now, right? I'm thinking right now, okay, I gotta finish this right away, right? But still, I'm simply being calm because I want to deliver what I want to deliver, right? So at the moment, if you can think about what you're thinking about, you understand that your internal temperature, your internal thought, your internal, which generates your feelings, and vice versa, you can take control of that. And as you take control of that, you take control of your focus. And as you take control of your focus, you take control of your emotion. Because where your focus goes, energy goes, right? So that's really what's powerful, and I'm sure you've heard about that. Where focus goes, energy goes, right? Right. So why is that important? Because as things happen to us, right, the way we interpret them define how where our focus is. As you focus on something, your emotion changes, right? For example, am I just thinking about the rain? Oh, the rain. I'm grateful for that rain right now, so that I can be clear and concise and send my message, right? Or am I just like, oh man, the rain, and I'm gonna carry it? No, right? So when something happened to you, are you focusing on what you have? Are you focusing on what you don't have? Are you focusing on what you can, or are you focusing on what you cannot, right? Are you focusing on what is possible, or are you focusing on what is not possible, right? Why is that relevant? Because when you think about that, that determines how you feel, and how you feel is going to determine the action you're going to take, right? And the action determines the result. Am I making sense? Really? So that's really the core message I want to share today, right? Even if it's rain. Because when you think about it, how all that starts. So if you can be present to what you're thinking about, you are able to see, okay, is this real? Or it's just an imagination, right? So if it's not real, you can change it, right? Or you decide whatever you want. Am I making sense? So that's what the world class really, that's what the master, right? And I think people talk about the focus, but really if you think about it, it all comes down to that skill that makes us human, that among any species, and that's what the world class really understand in the master, right? So that skill is called metacognition. Metacognition because you can elevate yourself, right, and think about what you're thinking about. As you think about what you're thinking about, you can control whether you want that thought or you don't want that, you don't like that thought, right? And as you think about that, you emote, and then you know if it's a right feeling to have or not. Am I making sense? So to me, this is one of the most important skills that I think that world class utilize and level. But I think, people talk about a lot of things, right? But, whether it's persistence, whatever, conflict, whatever. But if you think about it, this is a number one skill that if you really master, that takes you to the next level. Why? Because it's a root cause of everything else, right? And just to give you a small example, right? You look at Mandela, you look at Gandhi, you look at Einstein, you look at all those masters that we all respect, Michael Jordan, right? What made the difference, right? People talk about the interpretation, how they see things. But the reason they're able to do that is because they're able to change their focus, the meaning, right? Their focus is changed because of the meaning they attribute to it, and because at that moment they're able to think about what they're thinking about, right? So I hope this serves you. And yeah, one simple example that I can share with you is, put basically to train that skill, put a watch, right? Take your watch every 10 minutes. So take a deep breath. Okay, think about what you're thinking about. Or let's say, what am I thinking about right now? Right? And as I'm saying that, what are you thinking about as I just shared that with you? Right? So that's the most powerful skill that you can have. And I know I can spend a lot of time with this, but I think I really want to sustain, and I hope you get that. Right? Till next time, don't forget, my friend, dare to shine. This is your moment, dare to shine. And always think about what you're thinking about. All right, my friend, talk to you soon.